You see him right there. Fox News anchor Bret Baier is with us days ahead of this year's first GOP debate, which he will co-moderate. Bret Baier, welcome to The Issue Is.
Hey, Alex. Thanks. Good to be here.
The debate is Wednesday at 6 Pacific time, live on Fox News Channel. Bret, of course, co-moderated the first debate when Trump first ran, got a lot of attention for that. What is the preparation process like for this one?
You know, it's been extensive. We kind of, have been working on questions for a while. We haven't known who's going to be on the stage next week as of yet. Currently, there are 8 candidates who have qualified. We don't know if the former president is going to be one of the 8 or that it will be 7 at this point. And anything, I get asked the question, do you think he's going to be there? I just don't know. And, inside Trump world, we hear different things, and his advisors say you're so far ahead, it's not worth it. But the former president, you never know, and it's a big spotlight, so I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up.
We know that the former president is projecting strength right now, but privately, behind the scenes, a lot of folks in Trump world. Is he worried about this? Is he worried about the real possibility of potentially going behind bars?
Yeah, there is a sense, and I've been told privately, that there are moments where there's a lot of reflection about what exactly the former president is facing if he were to be convicted on one, a few, or all of the charges.
You conducted one of the best interviews I've ever seen with Donald Trump. It happened earlier this year. Here's a clip from when you asked him about Alice Johnson, who was a convicted drug trafficker he pardoned after lobbying from Kim Kardashian.
They were involved in selling marijuana, mostly marijuana, and she got like 50 years in jail.
But she'd be killed under your plan.
Huh?
As a drug dealer.
No. Under that, it would depend on the severity.
How do you, as a journalist, go about formulating questions for Trump, who in a lot of ways is different than any other politician we've ever seen?
Yeah, I mean, it is different. He's very unique. And in interviews, it's sort of like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. But what happens is you study his answers on these things, and you listen to his speeches. I have a great research team here at Fox, and as I was preparing for that interview in particular, he had been saying in recent weeks that he was really impressed with Xi Jinping, who had the death penalty for drug dealers. But at the same time, I knew he wanted to out the First Step Act, which they ran a Super Bowl ad about, and Alice Johnson, who was let out. So once he said one thing, I knew that he wanted to say the other thing, and then I just followed up. Under his plan, she would be killed.
Let's talk for a moment about President Biden, who is dealing with legal drama within his own family when it comes to Hunter Biden. And you look at poll numbers recently show that the presidential race potentially between Biden and Trump is almost a dead heat. How do you assess President Biden right now, where he's at?
I think approval rating-wise, he is pretty weak. He is, even inside the Democratic Party, you have upwards of 60% of Democrats who are polled in a number of different polls say that they wish he would not run for re-election. That's not a great place to be as an incumbent. That said, he has an economy that is improving. They have embraced it fully by going out on the trail and talking about Bidenomics. So if there is a soft landing and the country economically feels better, his chances probably go up more. But the fact that he is tied, or in some polls even trailing by a point or two, to the former president, who is now 4 times criminally indicted, facing 91 different charges around the country, tells you that this is quite something. This is a race that we have never seen before.
And that our country is really divided and really dug in when it comes to the tribes as well. All right, so somehow in your spare time, you find time to write books. Let's show the latest on the screen right now. It is called To Rescue the Constitution, George Washington and the Fragile American Experiment, which you can pre-order now for an October 10th release. What is the key lesson that we can learn from Washington in this moment in American history?
And this is kind of a soda straw look at the Constitutional Convention, the forming of a constitution, and then looking how Washington gets to that point. But the fact that the founders we're so divided on some of the biggest issues. The fact that we almost didn't have a country, Alex, that we didn't have a constitution because they were so embattled, it gives you just a prism to look through about, we talk about partisanship and how divided we are as a country. That was really divided. And that's really where George Washington was the founding father of all founding fathers. He held the country together.
So well said. You know, on this show, and I think it's your first time on this show, we like to have some fun too, and we like to get to know you a little better. So I want to put up on the screen some pictures of you recently golfing out here in California at the Celebrity Classic, and that outfit is quite something. Anybody that was doubting whether Bret Baier is a patriot just has to look at his outfit. You're quite the golfer, and you're also quite the father. I know you've enjoyed a lot of time golfing with your sons as well. Can we talk for a moment about how fatherhood has shaped and changed you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, those pants, you know, that's the only way the Fox guy can get on NBC golf coverage. No, I'm just kidding. I wear those pants. This just became a thing, and I just did it year after year. Fatherhood changed me. My first son had a tough start. He was born with 5 congenital heart defects, so we spent a lot of time in Children's National here in D.C. He had 4 open heart surgeries and 10 angioplasties. It was touch and go for a number of these surgeries, so I really feel for people who are going through health issues. He is now 6'3". I look up to him, and he is a big-time golfer, plays varsity golf in high school, and he's 16 years old. His little brother is 13. But it has given me a different perspective, and his fight at the beginning made me realize that, you know, the bickering up on Capitol Hill is just noise, and that there are a lot of other more important things that people are dealing with at their home. Everybody's dealing with something. It may not be open heart surgery, but everybody has something in their life. So it gives you that perspective when you go through something like that.
We want to end with something fun. This is a game called Personal Issues. This is 30 seconds, rapid fire answers to get to know your personal favorites. So this is the first thing that comes to mind, rapid fire. Okay, here we go. Put the clock up. What is your favorite TV show of all time?
Favorite TV show of all time, I'm going to go with Fantasy Island.
Favorite movie?
I'm going to go with, oh my gosh, this is a tough one because I have so many favorite movies. Hold on. Robert Redford, the baseball pitching movie.
Yeah, The Natural. The Natural. Favorite athlete?
Natural, thank you. I'm going to say Tiger Woods.
Okay, and who is your role model?
You know, I think I have a combination. Brit Hume is my mentor and friend. I knew Tim Russert really well and respected his interview style. So I'd say I'd like to combine the two of them into one role model. You know, I ask lightning round questions. I'm never on the back end of them. You know, I just need to improve my timing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we know you're also, in addition to a great anchor, a great rapper. So we always like to end with music. So here is some of you rapping, providing our music to the Sugar Hill Gang at your show's holiday party. Bret Baier does it all, from the pants to the rapping. You get the full package on the special report. Here's Bret Baier. Take us to break.